Hello and welcome to another edition of Ideal with Neil News Market Update. First off, just want to thank everyone who came out and supported the Royal LePage Shelter Fest event at Concordia Club last week. I know we raised a lot of money for the local women's shelters and really happy about that. And just again, thanks for everyone who donated both money, prizes, and came out and had a great time. Okay, without further ado, let's jump into the market stats for May and see what happened in the real estate world in Waterloo region for the past month. Of note, first off, the average sale price dropped a little bit from $756,000 in April to $743,000 in May. We did end up having more unit sales. We were up 631 units sold in May. As opposed to 571 in April. And keep in mind, this is for all units of all types in Waterloo region. As far as inventory, we ended up with 1,463 new listings in May, whereas we had 1,397 the previous month, so even more listings, and that's certainly expected given that we're into the spring market. And then when we look at the next slide, this gave us a total of 2,034 total units for sale, up from 1,841 in April. So the other thing you have to keep in mind is that there are lots of listings that come up, they don't sell, and one of the strategies is they cancel the listing and they bring it on as a new listing. So this plays into the numbers for sure. But certainly, lots of inventory out there and lots of choice for buyers. And with this, that leads to the months of supply increasing, and for May we ended up with 4 months of supply, up from 3.6 in April. And again, this is relative to the sales that we have and the listings that we have, how long it would take to sell out essentially all our inventory based on the sales. The average percentage of list price dropped a little bit from 101.7 in April to 101.4% in May. And again, it's just an average. We still see properties that are selling for over the asking price, but certainly, not a ton. It just really depends on the strategy that the sellers take as far as their listing price strategy. And then finally, we have the average days on the market, and that ticked down from 25 in April to 24 in May, so nothing was of significance. We still see an overwhelming amount of our sales that are conditional, and they have a conditional period typically of 7 days for things like financing and inspection. But we also have properties that are accepting conditions on the sale of buyer's property, and that can extend time out as well. Not to mention the properties that are just sitting on the market with no offers. So it all plays into the average days on the market. So all these stats that I just recited, they really kind of line up with what I've been seeing out in the marketplace. I mean, certainly as we talked earlier in the year, January, February, March was pretty dead. And then April, May, and now into June here, sales have certainly picked up, although the prices aren't where sellers have hoped they would be. And so we'll just have to keep our eyes out as to what happens moving forward. Again, buyers are much more relaxed. They have lots of time, no urgency. The best properties, the best locations, the most turnkey units. Houses that have everything all done up. Those properties are still going to sell quickly and for a good dollar, but it's just much harder for properties that maybe don't have all those things going for them, just because there's so much inventory for buyers to choose from. So what lies ahead? This week we have the Bank of Canada announcement, and again, all indications is that it's going to stay where it's at. And from there, we're heading into, in a few weeks, into what is traditionally the summer market. And in past years, the summer market, really there was no slowdown, but certainly we felt that last year, a bit more of a traditional summer market where things tended to tail off. So we'll have to see. But for the rest of June here, I expect that we'll probably still have some decent sales, and we'll just have to watch the prices and see what happens there. So I think that's about it for now. Again, any questions on anything specific real estate, please reach out, let me know. Again, thanks for all your referrals of family and friends, co-workers. I couldn't do what I do without that help, and I really appreciate it. And so if you know of anybody, please feel free to get them to reach out to me. And we will talk to you again next month. Take care.